Story time, everyone. The date was October 31st. Beyond the rain-streaked windows of a minivan, the night was a blurred canvas of grinning jack-o'-lanterns, flashing blue police lights, and costumed shadows darting down the sidewalks. The air inside smelled of damp wool, exhaustion, and the sweet cloying decay of their prize, an enormous, oddly misshapen pumpkin strapped in the back seat. Tasha, the passenger, was starting to relax. She reached back to adjust the tarp covering the great gourd when she heard it. A sound like dry bones scraping. It was a faint, impossible noise beneath the minivan's rumbling engine. Tasha peered back, heart now hammering against her ribs. A thick, spiderweb fracture was carving a dark line across the pumpkin's pale rind, oozing a black molasses-like fluid. And then, the first one emerged. It was not a worm. It was a nightmare of chitin and sheer and pale horror. An oversized termite, fat as a smoker's fan, with snapping, terrifying mandibles. It was instantly followed by dozens, then hundreds more. An entire squirming colony boiling out of the ruptured pumpkin and dropping in waves of pale horror onto the minivan's carpet. Terry, distracted by a group of rowdy trick-or-treaters, slammed on the brakes. Tasha's scream was cut off by the sheer paralyzing horror of the situation. The insects didn't scatter. They dropped onto the seats, the dashboard, the floor mats, and immediately began their work. A rapid, frantic sound filled the van as the oversized mandibles devoured the vinyl, foam, and fabric of the interior with terrifying efficiency. The air was sunny, thick, and metallic with the stench of pulverized plastic and damp, frantic insect bodies. Shredded seed material and chunks of dash trim rained down from the ceiling as the colony went to work. Tasha was on her hands and knees, desperately scrambling toward the sliding side door, trying to avoid the wave of shredding insects that were now covering the rear seats. Terry was yelling, fighting the steering wheel, watching in disbelief as the entire minivan's interior was being consumed alive around them. With a desperate shove, Tasha fumbled the latch and threw the door open, launching herself onto the asphalt. Just as the first termite reached her ankle, she rolled away, leaving the minivan to screech away into the hollow night.